Once again, it's Financial Literacy Month in Canada. Which brings us to the obvious question. What's the point? We had the pandemic lockdowns where the rich got richer, and now we've got inflation, so everything costs more. So what's the point of worrying about financial literacy when many of our fellow citizens are having trouble paying for food? What's the point of budgeting when the cost of living is so out of control? Many of us are overwhelmed and tired and pissed off. I understand. And yeah, I'm cynical about Financial Literacy Month. It's a federal government program. The same government that has run deficits for many years. Do we really want to get financial advice from bureaucrats who apparently have no idea how to manage money? And of course, all of the big banks, and credit card companies, and financial advisors use this month as a reason to market to you. Here's our new thing that will help you manage your money for a small fee. We've been doing Financial Literacy Month for more than a decade. Has it made any difference? I don't know. But I do know that I talk to a lot of people every day, and times are tough, and a lot of people are feeling defeated. I've got 2 points to make. First, what's happening today is happening to you, not because of you. I assume that you didn't cause inflation, did you? It's not your fault that groceries cost much more than they did last year. It's not your fault that the housing and rental markets are blowing up. It's not your fault that interest rates shot up when the central bankers told you interest rates would stay low for a long time. If you are struggling, you are not defined by these struggles. There's more to you than how much you make, your debt, or the job you're not happy with. There's more to you than money problems. So let's take a breath. Now, I realize that with all the stress, it can be hard to pause. This stress can also lead to bad decisions, which brings me to my second point. In the over 30 years that I've been helping people get out of debt, I've seen a lot of good people driven to make decisions that aren't in their best interests. Often they make these decisions out of fear. That's understandable. So let's learn from their experience. Here's some practical advice that you won't hear from the experts this month. For example, if you won't be able to pay rent on time this month, don't rush to borrow from a high-cost lender. Talk to your landlord first to see if you can work out a payment plan. If you owe taxes to CRA, maybe from a CERB overpayment, again, talk to them to work out a payment plan. Explain your situation. Don't avoid them and don't run to get a payday loan to pay the government. If you're tight on cash and need money, consider all the ways you can either cut back on costs or get paid a bit sooner. Could you defer a payment to tide you over? Could you ask for a pay advance from your boss? I'm not a fan of using a credit card to borrow, but if you've exhausted all other options, it may be better to borrow on a credit card that charges 19% interest rather than a finance company loan that charges 45% or a payday loan that will run you 390%. Yeah, you heard that right. Payday loans in Ontario can charge $15 on every 100 borrowed. So if you do that for 2 weeks, pay it off, get another loan and get another loan and do it every 2 weeks for a year, you'll have paid $15 times 26 biweekly payments, which is $390 on a $100 loan, which is 390%. I wonder if they'll talk about payday loans this Financial Literacy Month. Do the math and figure out what's best for you. If it's too much for you to figure out on your own, talk to an expert, such as a licensed insolvency trustee. By law, our initial consultation is always free. Ask for help. Ask questions. And even though I've just spent 4 minutes trashing it, it is Financial Literacy Month, so take advantage of all the resources being amplified this month to make a more informed decision about your money. There's bound to be 1 or 2 tips in there that are good. I've listed links to resources in the show notes of this video on YouTube. You're also welcome to contact me personally anytime, either by email or on Twitter. I know it's not easy to pause when life is changing so fast. I know this month you'll be bombarded with messages that make you feel bad because you don't have a massive spreadsheet to track every penny you spend. But you've conquered many obstacles in your life, and this is another one that you will overcome. You've come this far, you're working hard, and you're not giving up. The human race is undefeated. We're still here, so don't focus on what you can't control. Stick to the basics. Keep your expenses as low as possible. Do what you can to increase your income. And with interest rates going up, do whatever you can to keep your debt as low as possible. If you want the positive spin on it, treat Financial Literacy Month like New Year's Day. It's an opportunity to reflect on where you're at and make any changes you can. Beyond that, don't obsess over it. You've got this.